Well, about a week ago, we got probably the coldest temperatures of the season, for us anyway. The weather forecasters and nowcasters said that the low was about 43 degrees, but as you might recall from the previous videos, I have this thermo gun that can record, or at least see what the temperatures are in different areas, and the low for us seemed to be about 38 degrees. Of course, that varied from place to place in the Grove, but that was a pretty reliable temperature for this area. So at 38 degrees, if you happen to have flowers on your mango trees, those flowers might have been damaged. Of course, wherever you are, you might have been warmer or colder than 38. But at 38 degrees, we did see some damage on some trees. And behind me is actually one of those trees. Some of this was, like this particular branch is nothing to do with cold damage. It really needed to be cut last year, and it needs to be cut more now because it just didn't have enough new growth to sustain it. So we'll be cutting that way back. But this is the main part of the soursop tree, and basically all of these branches had leaves on them before like a week ago. Interesting thing though, at the very top of this tree we have nice green leaves. So because of these other trees around here, it seems that kept this area of the tree protected, so it has green leaves. Also, we have some green leaves at the bottom of the tree. So basically wherever these green leaves are starting should be where we trim this particular branch. So we'll trim that back, trim this back, and then possibly do some more trimming on some of this. Losing the leaves in this type of situation is very normal for a soursop. But let's go take a look at some more soursop. So here's another soursop situation. This was a big tree, and it might look like it's healthy, but this is actually belongs to the Kaimito next door. This particular soursop is going to lose all of these leaves, but really this is not a problem because it does this whenever it gets cold, and then it shoots out a bunch of new growth. So here's another example. This one looks crazy bad from a distance. Again, it's soursop. It's a grafted soursop, but it seems to be equally as cold intolerant as the other ones. But look at what we have going on here. We have new leaves coming out already. So don't worry if your soursop looks like it's dead after a cold snap. But after the cold weather, I didn't just notice the soursop, which was basically impossible not to notice. But I did look in the shade house to check on some of course, our small mango trees. So let's go take a look at that. So the shade house is looking really nice, with a couple exceptions. This looks like heck over here. And there are actually 3 soursop trees and looking similar, as in not at their best. Not a problem though. We know soursop will rebound. But there was a plant right over here that looked really bad right after the cold. It had very droopy leaves that seemed to be dehydrated. It definitely got hit by the cold. But fortunately, it rebounded pretty quickly. So the mango trees didn't suffer at all. Well, that one suffered briefly, but rebounded great, didn't lose one leaf at all. And so anyway, the main thing that we had going on the negative side was the soursop. That's very typical, but hopefully we'll all have a good mango bloom as a result of that cold weather.